Welcome to another episode of Cubicle AMF's Seeds of Success podcast, where we share nuggets of knowledge, insights, practical tips, and trends to help your center be a striking success. My name is Orly. I'm one of the hosts. And as always, our other host, Dottie San Martin. Dottie, how are you doing today?
Hey, Orly, I am good. I am looking forward to this episode because I think this is something that sometimes we just simply forget about. We get so busy doing the everyday routine things in a bowling center, we forget about this very important topic. So I'm going to let you introduce it.
So today's episode is Shake It Up. I got to make sure I type it right when we enter this on Facebook and all the social media platforms. I don't want to put Shake It Off and people think we're talking about Taylor Swift this week. It is Shake It Up. And what we're going to be talking about is just kind of changing things up in your center. Now that it's a new year, it's a good time to move things around. Let's say you have the furniture, some of your furniture has been the same place for years, and there is, a possibility for you to move it around a little bit. Maybe it's your arcade, maybe it's your dining tables that have been in the same places, and it's the same thing. If people walk in and see something new, they think you got new things. So, I mean, you know what I mean? If you're used to seeing the same claw machine as soon as you walk in the door, but all of a sudden you switch it up and throw something else, that they're gonna be, oh wow, did they get something new? It's gonna put something different in people's heads. They're gonna think it's a new, you have new features. They're gonna go walking around and want to explore a little bit.
Right. And grocery stores are great at doing this. Grocery stores, it drives me crazy because they switch things up and it really makes me have to look and, as to where I'm going. But in the meantime, what do? I find new things that I didn't realize that they had. So the same thing can happen in a bowling center, right? And that goes for not just physically moving things around and changing the look that way, but it also means to change the look of some of your marketing material. So, if your birthday flyer has been the same birthday flyer for the last 5 years, if your parties haven't changed, but you want to make the look and feel of your marketing material different, that will help people. It'll breathe new life into them, right? Maybe you can add something to your birthday parties, or maybe you change it up and you use different wording or different images, or maybe you change the color. It doesn't have to be drastic. And certainly when we're talking branding, we're not talking about changing that, because your branding is your branding and you want to keep that consistent. But changing up the look and the feel of some of your marketing material, if the content has been the same for a number of years, is definitely good, because it will make people read it again, right? Same thing goes for what you're advertising in your center on your monitors.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And there's probably some people sitting back with their hand up saying they're guilty of probably more than 5 years having the same flyer. So, sometimes you just get used to something and you're like, oh no, it's working. But yeah, switch it up a little bit. It's going to catch some more attention. If somebody sees that same flyer every week and all of a sudden they see some new bright color or something new, they're going to be like, oh, what is this? Oh, it just happens to be for their parties again. But, it's going to catch the attention of some other people. And yeah, I think that definitely makes a huge difference.
So Orly, that goes beyond the bowling center though. Okay. That goes for your website. Have you had the same homepage image on your website, for the last 10 years? And have you since changed, masking units and ball returns, or has that image, is it dated? Is the look and feel the same? Are the colors still the same? I mean, find some element and make it different. Find a new photo, take a new photo, hire a photographer, or grab your cell phone. And, cell phones are great these days. Don't be afraid to play, right? But look at your website. Do you need to change some of the language on there? You want it to look different. You want it to continue to grab people's attention. You want them to continue clicking on things. So change the language, change the color, change the pictures that you have there. Shake it up a little bit, right? Don't be afraid to change.
Yeah,
same thing goes for social media, right? Yeah. You're the first one to preach that story.
Oh yeah, there's many times where I'm looking around other businesses and I'm like, oh, I wish they would do this, or oh, this person should do this. I think it makes a huge difference when you are changing things up. You said not your branding, but you never know. Maybe you've had the same old, this might be crazy, the same old uniforms for years. And if it's not that catchy of a thing, maybe switch it up, get some new t-shirts, change up the style a little bit, let people, I think it makes a huge difference when people see something new, and they're going to ask questions. Oh, wow, you got new shirts? Yeah, it's just something new we're doing. We're changing up some of the other things. Hey, do you see our new flyers over here? And that's a way to kind of share, huh? We got a new menu. We got a new food item. We have new, people like to hear about
And
that.
that's another point I was going to also make. Add a new food item. We had a previous show about going through and making sure that you've not got things on your menu that haven't been selling. Add new menu items. Shake it up. Add new drinks in the bar. Shake it up.
New
Those are
you,
things.
new center.
That's exactly right. Don't be afraid to make changes. Don't be afraid, to do something that you've not done in the past. So you and I are really good at that. We're not afraid for change. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But sometimes we get just really comfortable in what we're doing. And we all know that time is something that is rare, to have the time to do some of the things that you really want to do. But you've got to make it a priority. You've got to set that as something that you are going to do, and you have to make it happen. And again, if you don't set it and say, this is, I want to change the menu, or I want to get a new look to our menu. Even maybe you keep the same menu items, but you want the menu's been the same corporate menu, or even the menu that you give out to your customers. Maybe it's been the same for years. You'd be surprised. Just changing the look of your menu gets people to read it differently. Maybe change the order that you have things. So don't be afraid to do things differently.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like you said, and you might not think people notice those little things, but they do, and that could be in a positive way. You're gonna get somebody that orders the same thing all the time, and all of a sudden they're gonna be like, "Whoa, where's that? Did you move some? No, it's still there. It's just over here." You know what I mean? So those little things, you may not think that it makes a difference, but it triggers them to want to. They're gonna be more curious about. Oh, well, I'm usually looking for this here, but now I see this. Hey, because they're so used to looking. So yeah, little change makes a huge difference, and yeah, it could definitely help out your center.
And Orly, I want to say one other thing for those customers that have, for example, BestX scoring system, which has so many different environments and so many different games. Don't forget to change that up as well. So if you've had your default environment set, as sport for the last 6 months, change it up. Make your default U-Tunes, or make it something else. Change that up as well. Have, an opportunity where the customers can experience different things. So, yeah, change is good. Okay, well, I think that hopefully everybody's going to finish listening today and go out and take a look around, and we're going to start to see these little things start to move around in centers. And so we'd love to hear from you guys. If you do some of the things that you've heard about on Seeds of Success, we'd love to hear from you sometime. So don't be afraid to reach out to Orly or I, either one, and share your success stories with us. So thanks very much for tuning in today for another episode. We look forward to you tuning in next week as we have another great episode, and we will equip you with more practical tips, ideas, and trends that will help your center grow and achieve new levels of success. Remember to share this podcast with your entire team. The more seeds you plant, the bigger the crop. Until next time, keep making bowling amazing and your bottom line larger.